A high school dropout in Ohio bought a used lawnmower for $180. Today, his company employs over 40 people and brings in more than $4 million a year. A stay-at-home mom in Texas spent $600 on cleaning supplies. Today, her business services more than 60 commercial buildings across 3 cities. Nobody talks about stories like these because everyone is busy chasing crypto trends, drop shipping courses, and the next app that promises to change your life overnight. Meanwhile, a quiet group of people keeps getting rich from businesses most Americans consider too plain or too boring to think about. And that is exactly why they work. We found 9 businesses almost nobody is paying attention to, yet they are quietly creating millionaires all over the country. Pay close attention to number 7. It is the one that surprises people the most. And once you understand why, you will start seeing it everywhere. By the end of this video, you will not just have a list. You will have a filter for spotting millionaire potential in any ordinary business. Let us begin. Before we get into the 9 businesses, you need to understand the pattern behind all of them, or this is just a list you will forget by tomorrow. Every business on this list shares 3 qualities. The first is that customers pay without thinking. Nobody holds a family discussion about whether to clean their gutters or wash their car. These are small, automatic decisions, and the money comes in without needing constant convincing. The second is that the business looks too boring for anyone to want to compete in it. While most people fight for attention in flashy, crowded markets, the people who understand this pattern quietly walk into categories nobody wants. Boring becomes the wall that keeps competitors out. The third is that the customer comes back without being chased. No ads, no reminders, because the problem this business solves keeps returning on its own, week after week or month after month. When all 3 line up at once, a simple service stops being a job and becomes a machine that runs with little effort from the owner. Keep this filter in mind as we go. Business 1. Residential pressure washing. Every driveway and house exterior collects dirt and grime, and almost no homeowner wants to spend their Saturday scrubbing it off. One operator in Florida started with a $900 secondhand pressure washer, and within a year was averaging $9,000 a month, working 3 days a week. You charge between $150 and $400 per job, and once you clean one house on a street, the neighbors start calling. All you need is a pressure washer, a surface cleaner attachment, and basic chemicals, usually under $1,500 total. Business 2. Coin-operated laundromats. While people sleep, machines inside laundromats keep spinning and generating income without a single employee present. The self-service laundry industry brings in billions annually, driven by renters without their own machines. One buyer in Georgia purchased an existing laundromat for $210,000, put down $30,000, and had the seller finance the rest. After upgrading to card readers, his monthly cash flow after debt payments was over $2,300. This business usually requires real capital, but a smaller entry point exists by placing a single washer and dryer inside an apartment complex and splitting the profits with the owner. Business 3. Vending machines. You have walked past dozens of vending machines without wondering who owns them. One operator built a route generating over $250,000 a year while spending less than 5 hours a week managing it. The key is not the machine, but the location. A machine inside a factory break room with 150 employees will always outperform one with little foot traffic. A new machine costs between $2,000 and $6,000, though refurbished units cost less. Negotiating good placement separates an operator making $200 a month from one making $1,500. Business 4. Junk removal. A used pickup truck, a few basic tools, and a willingness to haul heavy furniture are all it takes. One founder in Ohio started with a $600 truck, charged by the load instead of the hour, and within 4 years had built a company generating over $1 million annually. You often get paid twice, once by the customer, and again when you resell usable furniture from the pile. You do not even need to own a truck, since rental companies rent them by the hour, keeping the investment under $300. Business 5. Self-storage units. There is an uncomfortable truth almost nobody admits. People struggle to get rid of their belongings, and once something is placed inside a storage unit, it tends to stay there for over a year while the customer keeps paying rent. Customers pay automatically online, and there is no need for employees. A duo in Texas partnered with a landowner near an industrial park, built 30 units, and within a year had 24 rented at an average of $140 a month. Building from scratch often starts above $400,000, but a smaller entry point exists by placing used shipping containers on rented land. Out of the 5 businesses so far, which one surprised you the most? Type the number in the comments, and go ahead and subscribe so you do not miss the next breakdown. Business 6. Mobile car detailing. People love a clean car, but almost nobody wants to spend their Sunday washing and waxing one. A detailer in California started taking his equipment to customers' driveways and charging double what a traditional car wash charges, simply because the customer never leaves home. A full detail takes about 2 hours and is priced between $150 and $300, while supplies cost less than $25 per car. To start, you need an orbital polisher, a shop vacuum, microfiber towels, and a portable water tank, usually around $2,500. Every shiny car parked in a driveway becomes a quiet advertisement to the neighborhood. Business 7. Handyman services. This is the business people dismiss within seconds of hearing about it. It sounds too small to matter until you see the numbers. One solo operator in North Carolina built a handyman business generating over $250,000 a year, and a team of 5 in another state brought in $80,000 a month. Most beginners charge by the hour, but the ones making real money charge by the task. Mounting a television is a flat $120. Assembling furniture is a flat $100. The customer knows the price before you start, and so do you. The barrier to entry is almost non-existent, since a decent drill and a basic toolkit cost less than $150. Business 8. Property management. There is a quiet business connecting landlords to tenants that most people never think about, because the person running it owns no property. A property manager collects rent, coordinates repairs, and handles tenants moving in and out, keeping between 8 and 12% of the monthly rent. One manager in Arizona built a portfolio of 60 rental units at an average of $95 per door, generating over $5,700 a month in fixed fees alone. Most states require a real estate license and knowledge of local rental laws, and the upfront investment usually falls between $2,000 and $5,000. Business 9. Commercial cleaning contracts. Every office building, dental practice, and retail store needs to be cleaned after hours, and almost none of the owners want to do it themselves. A cleaning company that started with 2 employees and a handful of small offices grew into a business managing dozens of commercial contracts with steady monthly revenue. Unlike residential cleaning, commercial contracts are recurring by nature, often locked in for a full year, and clients rarely switch over a small price difference. All it takes is basic cleaning supplies, liability insurance, and a handful of contacts, with an investment usually under $1,000. At the beginning, we promised you something more valuable than a list, and that was a filter. Customers pay without thinking. Competitors stay away because it looks too plain. The customer keeps coming back without being asked. Go back through these 9 businesses and you will notice everyone checks at least 2 of these boxes, and the strongest ones check all 3. Remember the 2 people from the beginning, the one who turned a $180 lawnmower into a multi-million-dollar company, and the mother who built a cleaning business with $600 in supplies. Neither set out to follow a formula. They simply picked something boring and took it seriously for years. Now you have the 9 ideas, and more importantly, you have the filter to recognize the next one before everyone else does. If this video gave you value, subscribe and leave a comment telling us which of these 9 businesses you would actually consider starting. We read every single one.